Hey, bro.
Yeah, hope you can hear me well.
Okay. What's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. The days hold nothing new. The seconds bear no secret. Moments hold no magic. Nothing happens suddenly. There are no sudden shifts. For if change is the only constant, then even change remains unchanged. I'm like, it's not like these guys are way better than me, right? It's just that they have more stuff out there.
It's like everybody wants to be triggered. And so New Year's kind of serve that purpose for a lot of people. Depending on how you look at it, it would make sense and be okay, right? Yeah. But when you look at it from the area of, someone who creates, for example, it's like every single thing that happens to you can be a trigger.
Wait upon a blood moon, wish upon a star. With a pig's and drill to find where you are, to find your misfortune, to find where you aren't. You are far from the ending, yet you haven't seen the start. You haven't seen the start.
The reason why it's a trigger is like we kind of wait, right, for something that forces us to make it, to change something or do something new, right? But that's a subtle problem in itself. It's like you don't have to wait for the new year, for a new month, for something bad to happen, for something good to happen for somebody else. You don't have to see the results before you can embrace the process.
If only you knew the secrets that hid behind the seconds. If only you knew how many milliseconds formed a second, how many microseconds are found tucked in a milli. Only then would you understand that every breath is an explosion of a gazillion untapped opportunities. That inaction is a waste of strength. It is the waste of the energy expended at your birth to be turned between the past and the future, when now is all we're guaranteed.
I don't know if to say that we have or we have grown accustomed to like a lazy culture. It's like we want to know the end, right, before we even begin.
Stare into the abyss, but don't become the void. You're allowed to weep, to take more than a moment to breathe, to get accustomed to the flows of failure. For to build a skyscraper, one has first to dig.
Yeah, so it's like you write something or you create something and you love it so much, right? Or you feel like, oh, this is good. And then when it comes to the point where you now share with somebody or share with people, you then begin to question and ask, oh, like, is this good enough? I got to a point at some point in my life where I just kept on reminding myself that like fear is not an option. And not like, oh, that just kind of switches my mind frame and I become so confident or whatever. But like I usually remind myself that like, okay, so what if it doesn't work? Like that's okay too. Like would I do this even if it's not going to work at all? Yeah. And just coming to terms with that.
Dear friend, realize that you're always more amazing and less impressive than you think. That in literature you are an oxymoron. More amazing than your self-doubt could ever admit, yet less impressive than the person your future self can be. Yes, I said you are more amazing than your self-doubt will ever admit, and less impressive than your future self can be. So be.